Yeah, hi there. Excuse me. Right now I'm trying to install CDH version 5.1, that is a Cloudera Manager 5.1. Right now I'm using the Super Putty to open all my sessions. Super Putty lets you use certain commands at the same time on many different systems. So right now I have 4 VMs configured in my VMware. The first system is the master 10 that you see at IP address 23. I'm going to make all these IP addresses static. Right now they are all configured by the DHCP, and I am going to make them all static. So I have already opened IP address 23. Now I'm going to open IP address 20. Password and the user ID are same, so I'm using the Super Putty to opening the second one. So 1, 2. So I got 2 more virtual machines configured for the cluster. So the third machine is 26, and that's here. And then I have 1 more machine after that. Oh, sorry, that's 226. Got a mistake. So delete that, and maybe I will remove this. Now again I'll try it again. Okay, that's asking for the permission or security thing. That's normal. Alright, so I got 3 machines, and then now I have the fourth one, that is 28. So here we go. So we have 4 sessions, 4 VMs under VMware running on an HP server, and then I'm on my Windows machine here doing this video. Hope it will help you. Right now I'm going to make all these IP addresses static, and then I'm going to change the host name to whatever I want, like master 10, master, slave 11, slave 12, and slave 13. So let's get on with that, and then we'll see how far I can take this video, and then maybe I will stop it in between to test it and come back again. Hope you like it. Alright, now my first command is just to see if I'm getting the commands on all the terminals. I'm gonna do unless I have to press this enter key here. So I do that, then I check all the sessions, and I see that command is being done on all the sessions. Alright, so now let's go into a directory etc, that is /etc, where my host file and hosts name files and network interface files all reside. So I'm going into that, and I'm in all my system. All my sessions are done. Excuse me. So here I want to see the host name. Okay, host name on this system is this VM must be all same, because this is a backup of my previous VMs. See, all of them are same. That is the old name, original name that I have given. So now I have to change each machines individually. So I'm going to work inside the terminal here. I'm not going to type here, but I'm going to work individually in here. But I can take a command, that is to open the file, sudo nano and the host name. I'm going to open that file on all the systems, and if you see this password, it doesn't matter, it's changing all the time. Okay, so it's open on all the sessions, and then now here I have to individually change it because they're all individual machines. My system with IP address 23 is going to be my master system for the Cloudera install. So I'm going to call it master 10, as I have some other clusters on the same network, so I don't want to confuse it. So that's done, and then I have Control X and Y and enter to come out of it. So master, it's done. Next is slave. This is going to be slave 11. and the next one is going to be slave 12. And the next one must be slave 13. Okay, that's done. Now I want to copy and paste certain hosts into the host file. So I'm going to pause the video here to open my document. So hopefully it works when I come back. Okay, let's continue. Right now I want to clear this screen, so let's do it up here. Clear, enter. Oh, something went wrong there. I hope everything worked. No, it didn't, because I did something wrong there. So let me try that again. Clear. Okay, maybe I lost connection here, so I'm gonna pause and check the issue here now. 1 second please. Yeah, that session went down, so I brought it back up, and then let's individually clear the screen here. Okay, so now we are looking good and they are same. Right, next we are going to, this system is out, so I have to get into the etc directory. So now all the system must look same in the etc folder, and I'm going to edit the host file, that is sudo nano hosts. I do the command for everybody, then individually I will copy and paste the files. Using the super putty I should be able to do that as well, but it needs more work I think. Right now I have no time for that. I need to look into it. So I commented out this first line here on all. I will comment out on all the systems this particular thing. Maybe you will read the internet, you will read about this on the internet and then find out why I did this or things like that. Maybe you can shoot me an email or a message. I will try to answer. Right now we will carry on with installing the Cloudera. Right now the host file, I have 4 hosts. All these 4 hosts I have copied from my document, and I'm going to paste it here. So if you see the IP address, these are coming from another system, so I'm going to change it to whatever I got as the from the DHCP. So master 10 is 23, slave 1 is 20, and slave 2 is up there, 26. I think you can see it here too, right? So slave 3, and then slave 3 will be 28. That is slave 13. So slave 11, slave 12, slave 13, and IP addresses here, and master. This is how I got from the DHCP. I could change it to like 200 or 150 or whatever I want, depending on what I have configured on my other systems. But these IP addresses I got from the DHCP, so I'm going to leave it as it is, and then I'm going to make them as a static IP as well. So that will be our next thing. So this is one system. I'm done here, so let me get out and then do the same for the other ones. Okay, now the second system, come down, comment out, paste it. I could have made the changes for the IP address already, but I missed it, so doesn't matter, we have time. Let's do it here. 26 and 28. So system 2 is done. Now system 3, come down. I can pause the video and then come back here, but it's not that much, so maybe you will grab the idea. 20 down, delete 20. Okay, sorry, this is 23 and this is 20, and this one is 26, and 28. Control X, Y, save, and one more to go here. This one's asking for password. Okay, something's wrong with this system, so I'm gonna pause the video, back again. Thank you very much for your patience. Okay, I found the problem because there was another system with the IP address as 28. It sends at 28, so that was conflicting with that, and it went down. So manually I configured this system to be 29, so the IP address is changed for this system already, so I have to change only for these three systems here. So let's get on with that. I'm going to issue the command to get into a network folder in the same under the etc folder. So hopefully it works like this. Okay, so I'm here, and I'm here. Okay, now let's sudo nano interfaces, enter. It may ask me for the password. I'll get ready. So this one we don't have to worry about because we already done. That is number IP address 29. We already done it. So these ones are ready. So let's do it individually. I'm going to change this to static .dhcp, and then I need my document. One moment please. Okay, let's continue. Here the IP address is going to be different for each system. So the first one will be 23, which I already changed, so which you see it here, and then control X out, and the next system should be 20. I will change that. Here what we are telling the system is this IP address is static, it will not change. So that's what we are trying to tell. So the servers always is a good idea to have a static IP address. So this is 20, done, and this one gonna be 26. Quickly, the rest of the information you see below here, they are needed for the network configuration, and that almost they are same for all the systems. The gateway, the netmask, network, and then these name server and search server, these are all the same for all the systems, so you don't have to change anything, but you will have a different configuration for your network and your system. So this is done. Control X, and then here we don't have to do anything, so we will just control C out of it. But if you want to check the IP address, what the IP address of this system, you can give the command ifconfig and then hit enter. It should show you the IP address. So the IP address of this system is 192.168.2.29, right? And the slave name is the system name is slave 13. So that also done. So we've done the initial part. The next part will be creating the user and the HD user for the Hadoop, which is I'm not sure if we really need that one, but we will do that anyways. It is also recommended that we disable the IP version 6 on the Hadoop boxes to avoid potential confusion regarding local host addresses. So this is a recommended step that we have to follow, so we will do that next. And as you can see here, I have some of those commands already typed in, which I will be copy and paste into the super putty, so it will be applied to all the systems. And finally, when we check the IP6 for if it's disabled or enabled, it should be disabled by giving us a number 1, I think. So we'll take it from here. I'm going to remove this out of our way, and then I'm going to copy and paste. Let's check and see if it's up first. So the number should be 0. If it's 0, it is enabled. If it's 1, then it is disabled already. So we're gonna do that command. It is 0, so that means it is enabled. We need to see it's on all the systems are 0, and here I hope you can see it. So it's 0 on all the system. IP version 6 is enabled, which we are going to disable using the commands that I already written on the document, which by the way I got them all from the internet. So first command, copy and pasting it here, enter. While it's waiting, I'm gonna get the second command. Okay, second command is okay. Now the third command. Okay, now the fourth command, and I think that's the last command that we need to do for this IP version 6 to be disabled. And after that I have to reboot the system to take this command to become effective. So after systems come back up, I'll be there. Okay, the systems, I haven't rebooted the system yet. I'm just want to check if it ran on all the systems. So it looks like it did not run on the version on this particular system here, that is with IP address 26. So I'm going to individually run those commands here again, and then I'll do the reboot and be back. Maybe you can have a cup of coffee or something. See you soon. Okay, we are back and the systems are back up, and we want to check and see if the IP version 6 is disabled at this time. So it should show us 1 as a result of this command. Yeah, I see it 1 here on that system. So this system also 1, same. Okay, this system did not change, so we will be doing that command again. These two systems had some problem. This one's changed and this one's changed. So what I'm going to do is put this video on pause and then be back. Thank you. Okay, the systems are back up. There was some hiccup with this configuration, IP configuration. I resolved it. So now let's go back and check and see if the IP version 6 disabled or enabled at this time on all the systems. So right now it's disabled on system IP address 23, 20 also is disabled, and 26 disabled. That means 1, I see 1 there. And on the system 29, that is slave 13, is also disabled. So now you see the system names are changed. That's what we did before, like a slave 12. Now this must be slave 11, and this must be master 10. So host names changed, host files changed with each other's IP address, and also the IP version 6 disabled. So now we are going to go into create the user, HD user, that is the specific user with specific privileges operating the Hadoop system. Okay, now I'm going to create the user, HD user, on all the systems using these commands. First of all, I'm creating the group, and might be asking me for the password. No, let me see, all the systems are same. That's good. So group is added. Now I'm going to add the user to the group using this command. Alright, now it's asking for the password. I'm gonna give the same password on all the system. Let me see if that's the case on all the systems. Yes. So coming back, and I'm gonna make it simple for our install session. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and hit enter again. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here I have to individually hit enter on all the systems, or I can try it here. Let's see if it works. No, I tried to hit the enter button here, but it did not work, so I have to do it individually on all the systems. Okay, the next command is I have to add this user and give him the supervisors or the root users privileges. So I'm going to add him to the sudo group, which I can do it from here at the top. So it will be done on all systems, just like that. Okay, now we will sign on as the user HD user. So su -hd user, it will ask me for the password. Here I might be able to hit enter. Yeah, then the password 1 2 3 4 5 6, enter, and then we'll go and check all the systems if it's changed to HD user like this here. Yeah, it's changed on the systems. Yes, all the systems now HD user is signed on. Now we will create the HD user should be able to sign on to the other systems without password. So we need to create the passwordless SSH access. So for that I have few commands which I'm gonna copy and paste just like I did before. So the first command is this one. You will have all these the document that I might have a link for, or you will find these all on the internet. There are a lot of good documents available. So this is the first command, and it's going to ask you for this question. So I'm going to hit enter individually on all the systems. Done. Now I'm going to connect to the local host, as I saw those that in the other documents. I'm following some document that I saw it on the internet somewhere. So let's go with the flow. Okay, that's normal for the first time. HD user password, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. It should ask only once like this. Later on it should not ask you for that question, that password. So let's check the other systems. It's done the same way. Looks good. So now we need to copy some of those key files that's generated to each other. All the hosts should know about all the hosts in that cluster, so that they will not have any issue communicating with each other, and also during the Cloudera install. First I'm copying the master's file. This one should go to all the hosts, and here and here and here. So here I'm gonna individually type in yes, and then password. Done. It might not be the same way that when you are doing it, could be a little different, but but the concept is same. I hope I typed the correct password. Okay, so they are creating files. That's done. Here I need to do it here as well. Okay, so that's first copy and paste command. When you do it, as I mentioned, it could be different, or with the way it behaves, your system behaves different because I might have missed something in between. That's why I'm typing in sometimes passwords. But our goal is, once I'm done with this particular step, copying files, copying the key files to each other system, I should be able to sign on or do SSH to any of those slaves or master without having to type in the password. That's the goal. So we will check that as well once we're done with this particular process of copying the files to each other. So I'm copying the second file, that is slave 12 for the user, sorry, slave 11 and for the user, and click enter. The same thing. I'm going to type in the yes here this time. Hopefully it's on the same everywhere. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I will check all the system. That's one. Yeah. Okay, so I can do it there too. Third command, I'm copying it and paste it. Yes, it says the same process. So password, and then I think I have one more command, that because I have 3 nodes, 1 name node and 3 data nodes, so this is the last one. Okay, yes. Okay, now we will check the other systems. It looks like it's done on the other systems as well. Also, we will try to do the SSH command now and see if I can get to the other system without the password. Let's go to slave 11. Yeah, so you see that it did not ask me to put in the password here, so I exit that session, and then you also see it's a slave 11. So I exit that session, and then now let's do the same thing for slave 12 and see if I can get there without the password. Yeah, that happened. That's good. Exit, and then try the last one, that is slave 13. We had some issues before with this system, but now we did not create anything, so we are good. So the same way we should be able to sign on from slave 1 or slave 11, slave 12 or slave 3 to all the other systems. For just for the sake of it, we will try it from system slave 13 to connect to the other system. SSH master. Let's do it master 10. Yeah, I'm okay with getting into master 10. You see the name here. Exit, and let's do slave 11. I'm okay there, and slave 12, I'm okay there as well. So that is very good. Okay, now we have come to the point where we can start installing the Cloudera Manager CDH version 5.1, I think.